You know, one of the things I've learned since moving to the country is that no matter how well you plan your week, Mother Nature usually has her own plans. This week started out absolutely beautiful. But before it was over, we found ourselves standing in the rain, dealing with a tree across the driveway, and just trying to keep up with whatever the weather decided to throw at us. Welcome to another week on our little Florida farm. Welcome back to a little house in the country. I hope all of you have had a wonderful week. This wasn't one of those weeks where we had a huge farm project or some exciting milestone. Instead, it was just one of those ordinary weeks that reminds you life on a farm doesn't always go according to a plan. And honestly, those are some of my favorite weeks to share because this is what our everyday life really looks like. One thing that never gets old is walking outside in the morning before the Florida heat and thunderstorms roll in. Everything feels peaceful. The horses are relaxed and the birds are singing. For a few minutes each morning, it almost feels like time slows down. Sometimes I catch myself just standing here, taking it all in. A year ago, this was only something I dreamt about. Now I get to live it every day. And I never want to take that for granted. Of course, living in Florida this time of year also means one thing: rain. Lots and lots of rain. Some afternoons it feels like someone simply flips a switch. 1 minute it's sunny, the next minute the skies open up. I actually love standing in the run-in shed with the girls while it rains. There's something incredibly peaceful about listening to the rain hit the roof while the horses quietly eat hay beside me. These are the little moments that don't exactly seem exciting, but somehow become some of my favorite memories. So, thinking the excitement for the day was over, I headed into town to pick up groceries. Nothing unusual, just another grocery run. When I got back home, this is what greeted me. Yep, a pretty good sized tree decided no longer wanted to stand. So, thankfully no one was hurt. Nothing was damaged, but our driveway, well, aside from some of the fencing, but our driveway was completely blocked, which meant out came the chainsaw. This is country living for you. I just went and ran to the store to get some groceries, and I can't get down my driveway. This big tree has fallen, and I'm literally stuck in the driveway, and I have a car full of groceries. Wow. Piper, of course. Oh, fun, fun, fun. Watching Mike tackle projects like this always reminds me of how thankful I am to have him. Living out here, things break, trees fall, storms happen. There's always something needing attention, and somehow he always figures it out. One thing I've learned about country life, you don't always get to choose your weekend projects. Sometimes they choose you. The tree certainly wasn't on our to-do list this week, and that's just part of living surrounded by nature. you learn to expect the unexpected.
What?
And then, almost as quickly as it arrived, the storm passed. The sun came back out, the horses went right back to grazing like nothing ever happened. Sometimes I think animals have a wonderful way of reminding us not to dwell on yesterday's storm. They simply enjoy the sunshine when it returns. Maybe we could all learn something from that. Thank you so much for spending part of your day with us here on the farm. If you've ever come home to an unexpected surprise after a storm, I'd love to hear about it down in the comments. And if you enjoy following along with our everyday life here in the Florida countryside, and if you enjoy following along with our everyday life here in the Florida countryside, I'd love to have you subscribe and become part of our little family. No matter what this week brings, I hope you find a little peace, a little sunshine, and a little time to enjoy the simple things. I'll see you next week here at A Little House in the Country.